Now I'm going to describe the process of washing, ironing, and then folding the linens that are used for Holy Communion. So in the setup video I described what those linens were, but I'll review that really quickly. The small square with a cross right in the middle is called a purificator. The larger square with a cross on one end is called a corporal. And the oblong linen is called a lavabo towel. All right, so the process of washing. If something has a significant wine stain, there is not here, but we will find something called wine away, which is this amazing enzyme. I thought there was some here, but oh, yes, there is, look! Wine away. So if there's a significant amount of wine, even if it's just a little dot, it's really helpful to just spray a couple sprays of this. It has a nice citrus smell, and you'll watch the red wine stain just kind of disappear. It's amazing. So it's a good idea to do that as soon as you come in and look at the linens to find if there's anything on them. Okay? So that will be in here. Take them home, and in the washing machine, you should wash them gently because they are linen. Usually cold or very tepid water. Unless there's a really rough stain, then you might want to hand wash it with some hot water. But some of these linens are really old, so we want to make sure that we're washing them gently, and the embroidery is kind of delicate. Once the washing cycle is done, they never go in the dryer. What you do is say this is out of the washing machine, it's wet, it's been through the spin cycle, so it's not sopping, but it's still wet. You set your iron up, set to linen, and you set it upside down so that the seams are up on the ironing board. And starting from the middle, you iron out, and you iron it dry. So you kind of iron out, iron out, iron out. And usually what I have done is set that aside, go on to the next one, iron out, iron out, iron out, and then go back to that one because it's still a little damp. And it might take 2 or 3 times of ironing each one until they're dry. But if all the wrinkles are gone, you can also just then let it air dry the rest of the way. But ironing it dry helps it be really crisp. Okay? Don't use starch because it's just a little more difficult to deal with at Communion Day. Okay, so that's how you wash and then iron them. Then there is a particular way to fold each of these linens. We'll start with the purificator. Remember, the purificator is the small square one with the cross right in the center. This you fold in thirds. Fold. I'm folding the seam in. Right? Fold, 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 fold. The cross on the outside. Okay? Don't worry about pushing it down. It'll settle in to itself anyway. We don't iron the creases in though. Just kind of fold it gently and then set it down. Okay? So that's the purificator. Trying to get the crosses. It's not perfectly in the middle, but it's close to the middle. Next, let's look at the corporal. That's the big square with the cross on one side. You're going to want to lay this one face up, right? So this just as if it were laying on the table, on the altar. Cross facing you. The first thing is the bottom, where the cross is. So let me give you a little reason why you're doing this. When I refold at the end of the service, the point is that if there are crumbs that have fallen off the plate, that they're being contained within the corporal, so that then you, as the altar guild after the service, can take that corporal outside and shake those crumbs and let them go back to the earth. Okay? So, side with the cross, fold up, top, fold down, either left or right, doesn't matter, I usually do right, and left. So the embroidery is folded to the very center. So it's actually folded inside out, right? This one has the embroidery out, this one has the embroidery in. So that when you go to set it up, you lay it down, and when you unfold it, it's exactly the way it needs to be. And then I will refold it, and it can always be reused if it's not dirty. It can be reused, so if it gets folded the same way consistently, it's a lot less work. And then the last one is the lavabo tone. This one too, everything is folded in thirds basically. This one too is folded in thirds, but length on the long side. So we're going to fold it like this, and then in half. And I think I described in the last video, the reason that we do that is because the acolyte who's washing the priest's hands usually drapes it over their arm like this, so that it's in easy reach of the priest to grab and dry his hands off. Okay? So that's it.